Okay, in today's video we're going to be working with the mechanical Tapotment tool to help with some of the shoulder and leg issues. This applies to anybody, realistically. Uh, I'm a sports oriented, so there's a lot of dirt biking, some mountain biking, some golfing and things that go in my life. Now at this time of year, it's winter. When it's summer, there's even more things involved, paddleboarding and whatnot too, and a lot of hiking. So really this involves everybody, even somebody who is just at home or an office worker. This is going to apply to you as well. We're going to be using a me back machine. I'm going to come back. I'm going to use a simple chair to sit on. I don't normally sit on chairs, but I figured most people do, so I wanted to apply. Okay, so we're using a me back 3. It's very different from the me back Ultimate, and the me back 5 are completely different. So I have to use this one. I'm using a looks like a meat tenderizer tip on the end of it. Looks like it's hard and mean, but it's not. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be running it at speed 3. There's 5 different speed settings on this. We're going to run it at 3 for a little while, but if you find a spot that's really extra obnoxious, go ahead and run it up to 5. Numb that space, like right here and at the coracoid process, where it connects to the manubrium junction right here. Where your clavicle connects to the manubrium junction, it means just feels so good. I'm just going to kind of work this area, let's say about 30 seconds probably, and then just kind of work our way outward to the coracoid process. So we're moving along the bottom of the clavicle, kind of pushing up against it, and just working our way there. I like to maintain my posture while I'm doing this. We're going to do both sides. Oh yeah, that feels good. I was out dirt biking yesterday, so this is just an added massive bonus coming home and working on these parts. And I thought, well, it makes sense to show you what I do for my self-care. I did this, of course, last night as well, and I was a little too tired to do a video to show you what I do. Decided I'd save it for today. Working my way down the sternum just to the either side of the the medial portion of the sternum, so I'm hitting the pec major. You can feel when you hit those muscles. I'm just kind of easing them down. There's quite a bit of work that's done when you're riding in that position, whether it's mountain biking or dirt biking or road cycling or standing there working a mouse all day long on a computer. Very similar function. A little less so in our golf, but it does have a similar function in the long run. I'm still running at high speed right now because I'm trying to numb things. Now what I'm going to do is drop it down to 3 and just work those spaces that I was working. Try to calm them down a little bit. I'm going to put a little pressure where I know I have issues, and I'm going to work my way out to where there's other ones. I don't like running high speed on exposed skin. It's still slappy, let's put it that way. Coming down here now, I did run down through the middle of the muscle. I just wanted to see what was going on, but you stick to the connection points where the joints are at, right? Not in the middle of the joint. There ain't nothing there. Over here, where muscles and connected tendon points. We're going to work those out, work around those muscles. Do the medial side as well as the lateral side. There we go. And then come down to the wrist. Not so much in the middle of it. You're going to know you're going to hit a bunch of nerves. You'll feel it. So kind of either side. Just kind of separating. There's along that bones right there. They got the radial bone. I'm going to separate along there a little bit. Work the top side. And now we're going to go along this one here. Let's do the same thing. I'll get to the hand in a minute. With that coracoid process. And what I'm actually doing is running down the humerus. I'm not actually hitting the muscle. Now, for a lot of you, your muscles are jammed up too tight. You can't separate them. This is somebody who's got them opened up a little bit. You can kind of work the bone itself, and that helps to bring circulation to the area, which is going to help heal. Same thing when we hit our chromium process, the sides of it, golfers and tennis elbow. Yeah, this side definitely need it. You can tell why. Pretty heavy duty hyperextension of my thumb and fingers when I was out riding. Oh yeah, there we go. Just working inside of there. Look for your joint connection points. Don't worry about trying to... These muscles you're not going to hurt, but you're going to annoy them if you constantly beat them up with it. Same thing with these ones here. This gun has such a short stroke, you don't have to worry about damaging like you do with that Theragun. Okay, now that we've got those areas caught up, I'm going to go ahead and change tips. And I'm putting on the soft rubbery tip. It kind of compresses. Okay. Doesn't matter the angle, you'll have to figure that out as you go. Again, we're coming back to 3. The reason why is I want to do the top of my hands. It feels so nice to do this top of the hands, just opening up that space. In these areas, there's not a lot going on. It's a lot of just tendons and cartilage. Of course, you got your nerves and blood vessels, but I mean, as far as anything that needs to be hammered on, you don't want to beat it with a hard plastic. Now, if you put some padding over your hand, you can use the same tip. You can put like a bit of a washcloth or something over there, you can use the same tip. And now you can go right in the middle, get those nerve senses fired up and get them going. Now the palm of the hand, bigger head, because it has muscle in there. You can actually work inside of there, get all the connections and stuff. But I wanted to get the back done around that thumb, around the pinky. You can even do the tops if you want to. Now, same thing on this side. This side has some different damage from that motorcycle accident, so we're going to see. Oh, right in that wrist joint. Oh, right between those bones, the carpal bones, and the end of the ulna and the radius. Woo! Yeah, I can feel it. Pretty intense. It's all working though. May need to speed it up a little bit. Slappy thing. The problem with that rubber tip is it takes up a lot of the vibration, so you have to kind of play with it and see what works best for you, what feels best, right? You're looking for it to be copacetic. Now, I'm going to do this hand with this tip because it's really sensitive right now because it's super swollen. And my focus is adding circulation, just kind of moving things around and getting some circulation in there so that the thumb can finally drain the rest of the way out. You know, there's a lot of irritation, a lot of damaged parts in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and just bring circulation. That's where I'm at. Fingers, definitely getting the back. Oh, right in there. I'm going to have to do some meditation in there. Always rechecking posture. It's easy to get slumped. Reset everything. Yeah, that's feeling a little nicer in there. There'll be some more work being done in there too. So I'm done with that one for now. Going back to more aggressive tip. I got some obvious pains that I'm feeling in that bicep tendon, as well as the supraspinatus, where it comes through. Deltoid tuberosity. You can hear it when it bounces on the bone. It's not hurting anything. It's a little obnoxious, but it is what it is. Now, I like to grab the battery and flip it over and go into the back. So I'm going to turn sideways so you get a fair idea of what I'm hitting. And I'm just going right down lateral to the spine. So the spine is the most medial center point. I'm just doing to the sides of it. Just getting all of the connection points there. And then I'm going right up against the scapula and doing the same thing, getting the connection point. Switching hands as necessary. Oh yeah. Even winging my scapula out a little bit so I can feel it, hitting it. Yeah. And the top of the supraspinatus. Now I'm not running this thing at a super high speed because I don't want to damage anything. And this gun, because of its, again, because of the way its system is built, or the speed's built, will not likely damage you as much as some of those ones that have those really long stroke lengths. This gun's also a lot, or this is more of a vibration tool, whereas the Theragun is more of a percussion, heavy percussive tool. I like to call it the jackhammer. This is a cellular vibrator, vibration tool. Yeah, cellular vibrator. And the Theragun is more of a jackhammer. Hopefully, don't get too mad at me for saying that, but it's the truth. It hits so hard, it's ridiculous. All right, I gotta get the palm of my hands now too. I'm gonna do my knees and my hips as well, but I'm gonna do that as a separate video for this because this one's starting to get a little bit long. So catch me on the next video, and I'll see you in a minute.